Good afternoon and welcome to the news at noon on Rapid 96.5 FM Umahia, the sound of your city. Today is Tuesday, 16th January 2024. First, the headlines. House of Representatives Minority Caucus demands sanctions against appeal court justices over removal of Plateau State lawmakers. Women group urges Supreme Court for justice over Nasarawa State judgment. And on the foreign scene, Benin Republic gets first malaria vaccine. I am Eval Edu. With the news in details shortly. Stay with us.
Business, sports, entertainment, politics, and politic. Rapid news at 6 a.m., 12 noon, and 7 p.m. on Rapid 96.5 FM. It is fast. It is accurate.
Welcome back. Now on the news in details. Minority Caucus in the House of Representatives has demanded sanction of appeal court justices over the removal of Plateau lawmakers. In a press release signed by the minority leader Chinda Kinsley, he said justices who handled the case should be reprimanded to serve as deterrent to other judges who might want to toe such a path in future. Chinda also congratulated opposition parties in the judgment of the Supreme Court that reinstated and upheld the victory of opposition governors, whose victories were upheld by the appeal courts, while applauding the Supreme Court justice for ensuring that the sanctity of the vote of the people of this state was not compromised. He said the caucus commended the governors of the ruling party who were returned and prayed to justify the confidence reposed on them by placing the country above self. Chieftain of the Hainese Ndigbo Sociocultural Organization Okechukwu Isigozero has urged President Bola Tinubu to officially end the war against Igbos ahead of the 54th Biafra War anniversary. In a press release personally signed by him, Isigozero said Ndigbo endured persecution and economic strangulation due to the historical neglect of the old eastern region by past federal governments, urging Tinubu to implement the reconstruction, reconciliation and rehabilitation and the opening up of the Eastern Corridor for economic development and the liberation of the old Eastern region. According to him, major infrastructures destroyed during the 3 and 6 months of the Biafra War have not been adequately reconstructed by previous military and civilian governments over the past 54 years. He also reminded Tinubu that the federal government has failed to pay the reparation fees demanded by Igbo leaders during the administrations of former President Olusegun Obasanjo and late Musa Yar'Adua, stressing that other zones have benefited from the center. The southeast has been systematically excluded and deprived of its rightful share. Ahead of the Supreme Court judgment on the 2023 governorship election, the National State Police Command have brokered a peace agreement with the People's Democratic Party and the All Progressive Congress, the leading political parties in the state. State Commissioner of Police Umar Nadada, who spoke during the signing ceremony held in Lafia, warned against any disruptive behavior before, during or after the court's decision.
Of the command revealed that some persons individuals are planning to stage violent protests in the state before, during, and after the Supreme Court verdict on the governorship election. The tactical units of this Joint Security Committee, in collaboration with other operatives, have been working hard to identify those involved in this ugly plan.
On their part, representatives from various political parties agreed to the peace accord.
And we believe that we need peace in this house. As he said, let all of us abide by the decision of the Supreme Court.
I'm assuring no PDP member is ready to cause any chaos in this house. And definitely, it's just a matter of emphasis. For the sake of peace, we are equally going to relay the message to our subordinates, to all our structures.
What we are asking the Supreme Court, they should do truth and justice. If there is justice, we need to see the justice in Nasarawa State.
Meanwhile, the Advocate Women for Justice Nasarawa State has appealed for justice from the judges of the Supreme Court on the governorship judgment dispute in the state, in a protest which was in continuation of the agitation for justice by the group since March 18, when the governorship election result was announced by the Independent National Electoral Commission. They are appealing to judges not to succumb to pressure from anybody, because doing so will destroy the name and reputation you people built for yourself over the years.
We vote the Excellency Mbugadu is our choice. So we are pleading, Supreme, please, we need our joy. We need our mind.
The Supreme Court, they fear God, and as they judge Plateau and Kano, they will also pity for us and judge us as we win the election.
We know they will give us our mandate.
No business, no business, no farming again. Please, Supreme Court, help us. And God will help you too. God will judge you well in heaven. Please, that's why we are crying. You see, no business. Our children here still hungry. See us hungry.
Recall that David Mbugadu, candidate of the People's Democratic Party, was challenging the announcement of Governor Abdullahi Sule of All Progressive Congress as the winner of the March 18 governorship election. Moving on, Governor of Rivers State, Similaya Fubara, has described as profound the fierce operations of men and officers of the military against non-state actors who continue to cause insurrections and ensure the reign of peace in Nigeria. Speaking at the final lap of the 2024 Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration in Port Harcourt, Governor Fubara said soldiers have continued to perform their constitutional duties in the most dangerous circumstances while putting their lives on the line for all Nigerians both home and away.
We are grateful for your immense love and support for our soldiers, which enable them to effectively perform their duties of protecting us. We acknowledge the heavy burden that they have bared and sacrificed as a debt that we can never fully repay. And also today, we are all gathered to remember and honor our servicemen and women for their patriotism and sacrifice, and thank them for what they continue to do for every one of us every day, for being here for us all the time. On behalf of the government and the people of Rivers State, I join the president of our country to say thank you. We are all proud of your bravery, your valor, and patriotism. Although the war on terrorism and banditry are not fully ended, we commend our armed forces for the significant daily gain in the battlefield.
He commended President Bola Tinubu for his determination in boosting the economy of the country.
We commend our President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for his determination to end the economic and security challenges of our country. We believe that with Mr. President's political will, leadership, and unprecedented support for our armed forces, Boko Haram and other internal security threats to our nation by non-state actor would soon be a history. As a subnational government, we will continue to support the country armed forces to the extent that we can to enable them discharge their constitutional responsibility to our state and the nation. We will also continue to provide financial and material support to our veterans and their family.
Months after being re-elected as the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma has been sworn in for a second term. The inauguration took place at the Danayam Stadium in Owerri, the capital of Imo State, with the governor taking the oath of office. Shortly before Uzodinma's swearing in, Chinyere Okumaru also took her oath of office as the deputy governor of Imo State. During his speech at the event, Governor Uzodinma expressed his gratitude to the people of the state for their support and promised to surpass his achievements from his first term.
My esteemed
and beloved people of Imo State, it is to the glory of God that we are privileged to witness this momentous occasion of my swearing in as the governor of Imo State for a second tenure. I am very mindful of the fact that this would not have been possible without your love and support at the governorship election of November 11th, 2023. Let me once more thank you all most sincerely for finding me worthy to be your governor again for the next 4 years. As you witnessed, I have just performed the solemn ritual of taking the oath of office to defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and to serve the Imo people faithfully. Expectedly, the oath taken ended with the invocation of God to help me. For me, this is not a mere ritual. It is a renewal of my covenant with God and the good people of Imo State. That covenant is to serve the Imo people honestly and faithfully to the best of my ability and with the fear of God.
He specifically thanked President Bola Tinubu for attending the inauguration and commended him for his continuous support towards him and the state.
I've entered into a social contract with all the Imo people, and it is a contract I intend to honor. I cannot proceed further without extending my deepest appreciation to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for honoring us today. It is highly esteemed President. Mr. President, sir, Imo people feel very happy indeed that you squeeze that time from your usually crowded programs to be personally present at this event. It speaks volumes of your love for Imo people. Thank you, Mr. President, and welcome. In like manner, I have been greatly inspired by the audacious and visionary transformational program and policies of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. His emphasis on infrastructural development through generous budgetary provisions for capital expenditure defines the quality of a leader that is burning both in desire to develop this country.
Governor Hope Uzodinma further outlined his vision, which is centered on a 10-year development plan aimed at transforming Imo State into a self-sufficient industrial state within the next decade.
Now that another tenure of 4 years has been availed to us, and we are ready, able, and determined to take our state to the next level. In doing so, our vision is anchored on a 10-year development plan, which has been outlined in my vision document. The development plan has the capacity to transform Imo State into an industrial, self-sufficient state in the next 10 years. This 10-year development plan is also designed to deepen the intervention framework of my 3R mantra of recovery, rehabilitation, and reconstruction. In the development plan, we have identified the priority sectors, including industries and projects, particularly agro-industry, and our march towards food security. Another focus on the plan is to harness our agricultural potential and exploit the mineral resources and align them to the proposed establishment of a ceramic industry and the agro-processing facilities across the 3 geopolitical zones of our state.
In a related development, during the second-term inauguration of Governor Hope Uzodinma in Owerri, the Imo State capital, President Bola Tinubu addressed the citizens and provided reassurance regarding the mass exodus of skilled workers from Nigeria. He stated that Nigerians should not be concerned about this issue as the federal government, in collaboration with subnational entities, will undertake initiatives to train more individuals and bridge the professional gap, particularly in the health, technology, and other sectors.
I assure you, there will be substantial development in the education of your children. You will see the priority in industrialization. Healthcare will receive more allocation and more attention. Don't worry about what you're hearing about the Japa syndrome. We will train more people and we can supply them safe. I'm glad we are showing a very united country and moving forward.
Furthermore, President Tinubu also extended his assurance to the people of the Southeast region, stating that efforts will be made to enhance the existing peace and work towards achieving even greater levels of peace and stability. You're still listening to Rapid 96.5 FM News at 12. Up next is foreign business and sports stories. Stay tuned.
Every story. If it matters to you, depend on our news team to bring you the latest.
Rapid 96.5 FM. News.
Welcome back. Now the rest of the news. Benin Republic has received its first doses of a vaccine for malaria, the leading cause of infant mortality in the country, and will begin administering them soon. Health Minister Benjamin Hoppatin told journalists at Cotonou Airport, where the government officially received 215,900 doses of the RTS vaccine, noted that malaria remains endemic and represents the leading cause of death among children under 5 years of age in Benin Republic. According to Hupaktin, in Benin, 40% of outpatient consultation and 25% of hospital admissions are linked to malaria. Benin is the third African country to receive doses of the vaccine after Cameroon and Sierra Leone, following a pilot phase in Ghana, Kenya and Malawi, coordinated by the World Health Organization and funded by the Gavi Vaccine Alliance, among others. And in business, governments at all levels have been urged to take action and ensure corporations stop exploiting workers, evading taxes, and harming the environment in their pursuit of massive profits. Stakeholders believe this measure will help reduce inequality and enhance the global economy positively. And in sport, AS Roma have parted ways with their manager Jose Mourinho following a poor run of form with the team this season. Roma disclosed this via their official social account, noting that they will always have great memories of his tenure at Roma, believing that an immediate change is in the best interest of the club. Mourinho joined Roma in 2021 and spent 2.5 years in the role. The 60-year-old led them to the Europa Conference League title in 2022. Before we go, here's a recap of the top stories. House of Representatives Minority Caucus demands sanctions against appeal court justices over removal of Plateau State lawmakers. Women group urges Supreme Court for justice over Nasarawa State judgment. And in the foreign scene, Benin Republic gets first malaria vaccine. And that's the news at 12 on Rapid 96.5 FM Umahia. For news coverage and eyewitness reports, kindly send a message to our hotline on WhatsApp 0704 9220 965 or send an email to news@rbnradiotv.com. This bulletin was produced by Kinsley Onwuka. My name is Eval Edu. Many thanks for listening. Good afternoon.